Xavier's on its way. Xavier's here. Colby Jones, Coach Sean Miller. Remember to give us a chance to get the microphones to you for questions, please.
Well, I would like to congratulate Marquette. They have an outstanding team. We've played them 3 times this year, and they played great tonight. Great. I don't know how they feel, but their defense has just really improved as the year went on. And I thought, tonight there are times when their effort level and their quickness, their togetherness, their communication. It was like there were 6 players on defense against us. We couldn't get a good shot, and that is to their credit. They have a program. They have depth. They have spirit. They have communication. And tonight we would have had to be at our very, very best to beat them. On our end, not making any excuses, but where we're at with our depth, playing 3 games in 3 days, that's not to our advantage. I'm looking forward to our guys being able to get home, take a deep breath, get our health and our feet under us, and then be able to come out with a fresh new beginning in next week's tournament. In no way, based on what we've done here in New York City, am I disappointed. I thought we represented ourselves. The level of play, Colby in particular, was outstanding. I thought our performance against Creighton on our end was one of our best. It's just, to win this tournament, you got to be able to do it again, and then again. And we weren't able to do it here today. Combination of Marquette, and also I think a combination of us running out of steam because of our lack of depth.
We'll go to questions. Adam, you're first.
Colby, your first 2 years, this tournament was not a pleasant experience. You never got to play in the NCAA tournament. Do you sort of take this week and what's ahead as the ultimate positive for you guys going forward?
Yeah, I mean, Coach kind of hit on it in the locker room. Just trying to keep the season in perspective. I know it sucks right now for our team losing like this, but I mean, just the season we had, and like you said, like not making the tournament at all the past 2 years, and the position we're in. I mean, just trying to stay positive throughout it all. So yeah.
Go ahead, Adam. Go again.
Sean, what is that conversation with your guys in the locker room after this one?
Well, I told everybody I'm really incredibly proud of our group, coaches, managers, players, those that play, those that don't. I think our record of 25-9 speaks for itself. Finishing in this great conference second, 15-5, same. And doing what we did here. If this were 3 hours ago, you feel like you're on top of the mountain, but that's the thing about March. You have to continue to play well. When you don't, you pay the price. But we ran into a team that was better than us tonight. I credit Marquette. Our lack of depth doesn't help us in this situation, but in no way should we at all feel anything other than complete joy and really being able to embrace tomorrow, next week. Because the other message that I gave these guys is, I think we're going to have a good seed. But whoever we play in round 1 is going to be a really, really good team. And we have to be at our best. So sometimes if things don't go well in the last game in this tournament, you can use it to your advantage. Because, again, you're stung with that feeling that, it's over. So I have great confidence we'll bounce back from this. Again, we lost to a really good team, and I'm going to hold on to some of the things we did against Paul and Creighton that allowed us to be in the championship here tonight as well.
Down in front.
Coach, on a night where Sule was 0 for 9 from the floor and only had 1 point on the night, I mean, how impressive was your freshman Desmond Claude stepping up in his place?
You know, Desmond has continued to develop. He's a big storyline on our team. As he's improved both on offense and defense, he gives us some much-needed depth, and I think Colby can talk about that as well. Who Des would have been in early December and who he is today, he's no longer a freshman. He's a very good player. We believe in him. And to your point, I thought he did a good job in tonight's game under the circumstances. You know, with Sule, he was just out of gas. I mean, he just really was. And he's dealing with kind of like an upper respiratory deal. If you listened to him last night, you kind of felt it. Played great against Creighton. I don't know if he could have played any better. And he just didn't have the juice today. He just didn't. I don't want to make an excuse. And plus, the team he was playing against, they can pressure you with their quickness and their defense as well as any team that we've played all season long. So he didn't have it tonight. He'll bounce back, and I'm excited for him to have a new beginning on Thursday or Friday next week.
Over on the right, Brian.
Sean, hope you can indulge one Marquette question. Since you've seen them 3 times, what about them kind of lines up with what a team that's successful in the NCAA tournament is?
Well, first of all, their style is very unique. You know, if you're playing them for the first time, it's not going to be your advantage. The way they play is so unique because they never turn the ball over. They had 4 turnovers today. It's hard in Madison Square Garden in a Big East championship game to turn the ball over 4 times. They had 1 at the half. And they've been number 1 in the Big East in that category all season. And then they're also the same group that forces the most turnovers on defense. And they did it. We had 13. So if you think about that, that's a difference of 9. And that stat is a great stat to have to your advantage. I also think that they're not reliant on 1 or 2 players. On a given night, many of their players can beat you. And look, this conference is a monster, our conference. We don't take a back seat to really any. I mean that. The 20 games that Marquette's played, 20 that we've played, has really prepared us for what's to come. I think that Marquette, and I believe a number of other teams in our conference, can really have a great run in the tournament. And you know what? I hope we can as well.
Over on the right, Paul.
Sean, we've talked so much about Xavier's defense this year, and tonight held them to 36% from the floor. That was Marquette's 3rd lowest scoring game of the season. Did you feel like the defensive effort was good tonight?
Man, I certainly didn't feel like we were good on defense. You're right, but what do you think, Colby?
I agree with you, Coach. I definitely don't. Yeah.
I will tell you, I thought in the second half they missed some shots. When the game was when the game was like a real game, I thought they really got what they wanted. Maybe I'll be wrong, but it's hard for me to give our defense a lot of praise right now. Just the feeling I had is they were able to get good shots, and we had a tough time really stopping their penetration. They're an excellent team. Shaka, Big East Coach of the Year, and what he's done in a brief time at Marquette, you know, I really admire what he's done. I really do. They have depth, quickness, and you know, I coached a guy named Tyler, T.J. McConnell, who's still playing in the NBA. He's in year 8, and I've never seen a player in college remind me more of him than Tyler Kolek. I think he's hard to explain. He has a unique style, but you know, he had 20. And again, I thought he was the best player on the court tonight.
Back to Adam.
Colby, what are you looking forward to about tomorrow and what's going to come next week? You're going to get to experience something that you've never gotten to experience before.
I'm just ready to take it all in. Like you said, I've never experienced it before. So just to be there and be present in the moment, I feel like that's what I'm looking forward to the most, just to actually hear our name being called, being around with my team, my coaches, and the community. And that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
Right down in front.
Colby, I assume you probably know this by now, but obviously with Selection Sunday, you obviously find out who you're playing, where you're going, and one of those cities happens to be your hometown. I mean, has that crossed your mind as a potential homecoming, for the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen it, just like on social media, stuff like that. But I mean, yeah, if we get to play there, that'd be ideal situation for me. So I mean, that'd be sweet.
Last question back here.
Coach, you speak a lot to Marquette's program and their accomplishments tonight, but what does it mean for you and your program being into the final day in New York for the first time since you took the job?
Great. I've only had one shot at it, so yeah. But I will tell you though, to your point, we've only been in this championship game one other time, so it's not easy to do. And like I said, right now it doesn't feel good because I really felt like the game, we never were able to impose any type of threat to Marquette tonight. That's disappointing. But being in the championship game, we feel great about our season, our Big East regular season. And, Colby's up here, and he's a great guy, easy for me to talk about. Watching him blossom over the last 3 weeks and just add to what he already does well. I believe he's one of the best two-way players in the game in college basketball. He's a terrific leader. And you know what? We get to next week, guys like him, they have a tendency to shine. And I believe that we have the makings of a special group moving forward. We just have to kind of leave this behind right now. But we feel great about being in the championship game, to answer your question. I mean, to win the last two and be here, the build-up, pregame introductions. Unfortunately, once the game started, it didn't go our way.
Xavier, thank you. Thanks. Take care. We're expecting from Marquette Cam Jones, Oso Iguodaro, and Tyler Kolek. Okay. Terrence? Okay, thanks. Yeah. And again, our top 10 note for championship game appearances, the team in the top 10 that has played in the last 9 tournament finals has won 8. 8 of 9. If you're in the top 10 and you played in the championship game, you won. The exception was Villanova in 2016. All right, yeah. You're always welcome. Hey, Bill. You look like you're wondering. I was right. You're wondering. And our other note from earlier was each session was a sellout. The number is 19,812. 5 sessions, 19,812. So Marquette's record is now 28-6. 28 wins ties a school record. They were 28-1 in 1970-71. '70, '71. Bill Roden and I were there.
How far did they go then? They didn't win the whole thing, like 74, 77.
77 they won. 71 was Jim Jones, I think. It's before your time, Bill? Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, okay, I got you. People are laughing. People are happy. Yeah, we're gonna need that, Kev. Kev, I think we're gonna, oh, we're not? I guess we're not. Okay, it's gonna be Cam Jones and Tyler Kolek from Marquette, and the Marquette locker room is open. Ben, first. Go ahead first. And as we said earlier, Tyler Kolek, most outstanding player, winner of the Dave Gavitt Trophy. He's the 13th player in Big East history to win player and most outstanding player in the same year. Now we are joined by Tyler Kolek and Cam Jones, and Coach is going to come soon?
Yeah, change.
Coach needs to change.
We doused them a little bit. Yeah, we doused them a little bit.
Well, congratulations, Marquette, and we will go to questions, and Ben, you are first.
Hey, Tyler, you see you with the trophy, see you hugging your dad after the game, your brother, Coach Karate, everyone been around your basketball life. Just what were those moments like with the confetti falling on the court at Madison Square Garden?
Yeah, I mean, all the moments that they've been through with me have led up to this moment right here, and to share that with them, with my mom, with my high school coach, my youth coach, my brother, my dad, my two best friends, is special. It's no better feeling.
Over there on the right, Brian.
It's for both you guys. How would you describe what you've turned into, how you've evolved defensively over the course of the season to where you are now?
I mean, it's just a lot of hard work and belief in each other that we can guard anybody. And, you know, we just fly around for each other. You know, we make a lot of mistakes, but we make up for it with our effort and how we play together. So I feel like that goes a long way with how we guard and how we play defense.
I want to give credit to him this past week. You know, him on the defensive end has been best I've ever seen. He's locked in from the very jump. And when he's turned up on defense, we're all turned up on defense.
Staying on the right, Matt.
This is also for both players. I want to ask you about your leadership from your head coach, and if you can go back to either last summer or the preseason. Clearly, there would have been conversations where he imparted a vision for this team. You know, truthfully, did you guys believe it then and there, or were there certain moments that came along where you finally understood what he was talking to you guys about and how he helped, you know, get you on the path to where you are tonight?
Yeah, everything that we go through, in whether it be the retreat that we went on before the season, all the workouts in the summer, he's preaching his culture, and he's showing his leadership every single day, and just trying to impart that on us and kind of put it into our DNA, because it's definitely in his DNA. All the stuff that he's about is really good stuff, as a person and as a basketball coach, and so he's just trying to give us some of that, and rub off that championship DNA that he has onto us, and I feel like we've really been receptive to that.
First, right here in front.
Going on for that question, Shaka Smart is a phenomenal coach, particularly on the defensive end. How does he inspire you guys to play defense in a tournament like this where you're playing on back-to-back nights?
Man, it's just as simple as it takes what it takes. We wanted to win a championship, and that's what it takes to win a championship, to defend at a high level. Like you said, we coming off back-to-back games, so is the other team. So, you know, we just come out having an aggressive mindset, and, yeah, we live with the results.
Marvin, right in front.
This question for both of you guys. When you start playing basketball, you try to get into a rhythm. You guys came in turbo speed and pushed them faster. Do you think that was the outcome of the game because you made them play faster than they wanted to?
Yeah, I just said we played harder, honestly. We came out on defense, a lot of energy, and that fed into our offense. And that was pretty much the story of the game. Throughout the whole game, we preached to, basically just keep doing what we're doing. Don't let a team off the hook by easing up or off the gas. So, we just played hard the whole game.
We've been joined by Coach Shaka Smart. Ben.
Cam, you committed to a different coach but decided to stick around. What's it mean to you just to be a part of a team that won the school's first outright regular season championship and now first tournament championship?
It means everything to make history. You can't take that away from us ever. Like you said, I was committed under Coach Wojciechowski, but I couldn't imagine it being any better than with this man right here. So grateful for him and everything he's done for me, and I'm forever grateful for him.
Right side in the middle.
Coach, congratulations. You guys got off to a great run in this game, 19-2 run. How important this time of year is it to get off to a run like that?
It was huge. I mean, third game in 3 days. We felt like we did have somewhat of a depth advantage. Xavier obviously missing Zach Fremantle. And our guys played with real force to start the game. And that kind of allowed us to have the aggressiveness advantage in the first couple rounds of the game. And then we just continued that. I think that set a tone early. You could tell they had some guys that, you could see they were playing their third game in 3 nights. And, Xavier's a phenomenal offensive team. So, it was a combination. We were able to take them out of some things, and they also missed some shots they probably normally would make. But our guys just deserve a ton of credit. This is the best backcourt, along with Stevie Mitchell, that I've ever coached. And, normally if you got a great backcourt, you always have a chance to win. And that's what's happened for us all year long.
Front row, we're going 1, 2, 3.
Tyler, back at Big East Media Day in October, when asked about being picked ninth in the preseason, you had some choice words and words I can't and probably shouldn't say over this microphone. 144 days later, how satisfying is it for you to have that payoff and, back up the talk by walking the walk?
Yeah, that's one thing everybody was saying. He can talk now, but we'll see what happens. And they're seeing it now. We're living it. But we still want to play every day, play every game. Like we got that chip on our shoulder. Like we were picked ninth. We want to go into the NCAA tournament. We're the underdogs in every game because that's been our mindset all year, and that's what it needs to be moving forward.
John.
This question for any one of you, though. What did Stevie Mitchell bring in that first half? He had that big battle against Nunji, led to that offensive rebound in the N1. Then he also had that big three during that long extended stretch.
He means everything to our program, what he brings. He's guarding the best guard on the other team every day in, day out. He brings us energy, especially me. He gives me confidence to see him playing that hard. I know if he's playing like that, I don't have a choice. And I'm sure that's how the rest of the team feels. So, that raises the level. Obviously he was on a boom the whole game, and I would say he had his number tonight. So, yeah, he just means everything to our team and what he brings to the table.
Yesterday, he was struggling a little bit on offense, not really shooting an open shot, and I just told him at halftime, he's the heart and soul of our team. He's what gets us going. He kind of is our engine on the defensive end, and that turns into great things on the offensive end. Even if he's not scoring the ball, he's the one that's starting the offense just because of his great pressure and great presence on defense.
Back to Ben.
Shaka, whenever we asked about how good this team was, you said you wanted to be playing your best basketball in March. With the defensive improvement that's been coming the last month or so, how close are you to seeing the idealized version of this team?
Well, these guys know how I am. I always feel like we can play better. But I get mad anytime Cam misses a shot. I'm like, how the heck can you miss?
I feel the same way.
But, I think the most important part of us playing our best basketball is our connectivity, communication, the way the guys are playing for one another. And we really have that going for us right now. But we don't want to take it for granted. We talk about certain inhibitors that get in the way at different times. The first half against St. John's, there were some inhibitors going on, and we're out there, and we really weren't at our best. But our relationships is the number one way we can overcome those inhibitors and just play free and play an aggressive style of basketball. So the guys the last 2 nights have been phenomenal with that, second half against St. John's. And, tomorrow we'll get our name called. We'll find out who we're playing. And it's a new season. It's a new opportunity for us. And I just can't wait to see the way this group approaches it.
On the right, Brian.
Shaka, how would you articulate who you guys are defensively right now?
Violence. We try to play with great violence, energy. We don't have the biggest, strongest guys. Depending on the team we're playing, sometimes we're, overmatched in terms of size at almost every position. But our guys have heart, and they have incredible fight to them. I've never seen someone like Stevie Mitchell in terms of just the energy that he's able to bring outside of what he has in his body. Omax Prosper has been phenomenal, defeating screens and taking on tough matchups like Colby Jones and Hawkins last night. So on the defensive end, it's tricky because for most of the year we're playing at such a high level on offense, and the tendency can be to trade baskets a little bit if you feel like offense is coming easily. But I do think coming up here to New York, we've really played for the most part very, very sticky, tough defense, and we're going to need that if we want to advance in the NCAA tournament.
In the middle, Jamal.
Shaka, can you talk about your emotions winning this tournament? You've won other conference tournaments. Is there any difference with this one?
Well, it's twice as nice being here in New York, and I think being in the Garden. This is the best. I remember my first time being in here as an assistant coach, and just being like a kid in a museum, just walking around. I'm a history guy, so just thinking about all the great players that have played here, all the great moments that have been here. And I think for these guys, getting that experience, there's nothing like going and doing something together in a special place, and then having that in your pocket for the rest of your life. So it's an awesome group, and we just want to keep building.
We're going to do 2 more. Ralph.
Shaka, I don't know if you can sum this up in a postgame, but why has this fit so well for you here at Marquette?
Because of the players we have. I mean, the players fit. I mean, the best coaches, in college basketball, a lot of attention is paid to coaches, for better or worse. The best coaches have one thing in common. They have a captive audience. The guys are locked in, and the guys try to go execute the plan. And this group here has been unbelievable in terms of just their willingness to, not only follow our coaching staff's plan, but follow the guidance of each other. I mean, the best thing that these guys do is the way that they lead each other, the way that they make each other better. So that's why it's been a good fit. Marquette's a special place. It cares about basketball very, very deeply. And we're happy to share this championship with everybody back home in Milwaukee, because this is a prideful, passionate program.
John, you get the last one.
Shaka, there's conference tournament champions getting crowned all over, but this is probably the only scene where a university president was the one to climb the ladder last and hold the net and look out. Dr. Mike Lovell, how fitting was it that he's the man who had that moment?
Yeah, that was important to us for a couple reasons. One, Tyler didn't let Dr. Lovell and me cut down any nets in Milwaukee last Saturday. So
I had to get him one now.
So we said, hey, we're going to have to cut down another one, because while he was kind of taking the net off, Dr. Lovell and I were waiting. I've worked for 6 college presidents, and he stands apart in a lot of ways. His compassion, his character level, his integrity. A lot of those guys are cyborgs, man. They're not real people. He's a real person. He has a genuine care and concern for every single student at the university, but he's got a special place in his heart for student athletes, because he's an athlete himself. And the way that he feels about these guys, and his willingness to even hit these guys with the real, I think he hit Tyler after the grades came out and said his grades need to be better. But, it's all love. And, with what he's been through personally over the last couple years, we felt like it was fitting for him, because he puts a lot into our program, and you don't win. It's another reason it's a good fit. You don't win at the highest level without true alignment from the top down. And we have that at Marquette. Very, very grateful for that.
Marquette, thank you, and congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Tyler, may I see you next week? Let's all put it on.
Sharing the same stuff. Thank you.
Yeah, right.